At the new Lloydminster Nissan, we're proud to offer the guaranteed lowest rates on used vehicles and the best selection we've ever had. Stop in today and you'll find clear pricing on all of our pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And right now, you'll save 10% in our service department. That's 10% on parts and labor on all makes and models. Call the new Lloydminster Nissan at 780-875-3335 to make your appointment today. At the new Lloydminster Nissan, we won't sell you a car, we'll help you buy one.
Local people. Local news and events. Local sports. Local matters. For all things Lloydminster area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Welcome inside the new Lloydminster Nissan, where they have the best pre-owned selection they've ever had and the guaranteed lowest rates on those vehicles. And right now, save 10% in the new Lloydminster Nissan service department. And the service department here at the new Lloydminster Nissan is now open on Saturdays from 9 to 1 for tire work and oil changes. I'm Sierrah Bennett, filling in for Kurt Price, who's currently on the War Memorial Tour in Europe with 20 other couples from the area. Kurt did take some time, though, to sit down with me and a couple of our guests today. We have a huge announcement with quick Dick McDick today, and we're also going to be visiting with Jinky Jeric, who will be at the Vic Juba Theatre on June 14th. There's a lot of fun you won't want to miss, the interview or the show. It's not just a name, it is Superior Water. Superior Water has 2 locations in Lloydminster, and they're open on Sundays to make filling your big blue jugs a lot quicker and easier. And if you want great tasting water right from your tap, call the Superior Water team and ask about their under-the-sink reverse osmosis systems at 780-875-6636. Superior Water open on 57th Avenue Monday to Friday from 8 to 6 and Saturdays and Sundays 10 to 5. Plus, they have a coin-operated location by 7-Eleven just off Highway 17 South. We want to congratulate Stephen and Jessica Kolthauser, who farm around Paradise Hill. They are the final Feed the Farmer winners and will receive a delicious roast beef meal today over lunch. And thank you for all of the nominations, and all nominated farmers are now entered to win one of 2 $500 Diamond 7 Meats gift cards. Plus, our 4 winners are also entered to win 160 acres of aerial spray from Bradley Air. Thank you to our tremendous sponsors, Sobe Lloydminster, Horizon Egg and Turf, Richardson Pioneer, BASF, the Tent Guys, Bradley Air, and Diamond 7 Meats. Lloydminster Sobeys and the Lloydminster District United Way are proud to present Cupcakes for Caregivers. Get your nominations in now to recognize a healthcare professional or a family member or neighbor or friend that goes out of their way to take care of others. Cupcakes for Caregivers is a great way to recognize and thank those special caregivers in our lives. Just send us an email to livewithkurtprice@gmail.com and tell us about that special caregiver. The Spark Foundation will be hosting their community market tomorrow at the thrift store formerly known as For the Interval Store. The market will start at noon with 15 different vendors and runs through 7 p.m. You can get a hot dog by donation, and there will also be entertainment, and the rescue squad will be showing off their equipment. We're excited to announce that the new name will be announced tomorrow, and that's not the only thing that's new at the store.
And the really cool thing I'll announce is that we're starting a pickup service in June as well, for furniture only, but we are going to be able to be out in the community interacting with donors through that means as well as getting the much needed donations that we need as well.
4-H Expo starts this Saturday and runs through Monday, June 2nd. You can find the full schedule at lloydx.com. Shay Hunt is the agricultural manager and told us that Monday is the big sale day with steers showing at 9 and sales starting at 2 with 103 steers and 29 market lambs available.
Still so many great kids in the barn that maybe haven't approached businesses to purchase their steer, or maybe it's their first year and they're nervous and they just aren't sure what they're supposed to do. There's still lots of animals available in the barn. So feel free to come down and talk to kids and visit their steers. They've worked on them hard all year, so.
Okay.
Time now for Live in Lloydminster, everything entertainment and more. This is your insight into upcoming shows, and we start with what's new at the Vic. Summer is literally just around the corner, and oh my, do we have a show for you. everyone, I'm Sierrah Bennett. On June 14th, we have international talent Jinky Jeric and Medina performing their Soulful Night. We are so excited to have Jinky and Jeric perform and take our stage, but we're also really excited to see their opening acts. We have Nikki, Vera, and Ron, who will all be performing as well. A few days ago, Kurt and I had the privilege of interviewing Jinky and Jeric, and let me tell you, they are some of the most sweetest people I have ever met. I'm so excited to see their show, and I just know that they'll do a great job. If you're interested in getting tickets to see Jinky and Jeric, you can visit our website, vicjubatheatre.ca, or come and visit us at the box office. If you can't make it in, you can also give us a call at 780-872-7400. We'd be happy to help you out. We are also super excited to announce that tickets for Quick Dick McDick coming November 15th are now on sale. We're so excited to have him back at our theater. He was a hit the last time, and even if you've gone to his show before, he tells us that there's something new for everyone, so be sure to check it out. I'm Sierrah Bennett, and I hope to see you there. And Karate Kid Legends officially starts playing tomorrow at May Cinema 6, building off the massive success of the Cobra Kai series on Netflix. The latest installment of the franchise tells the story of Li Fong, a kung fu prodigy who relocates to New York City. He attracts unwanted attention from local karate champion and embarks on a journey to enter the ultimate karate competition, with help from Mr. Han, played by Jackie Chan, and Daniel LaRusso, once again played by Ralph Macchio. You can check out current movies and upcoming movies and get tickets now at maytheaters.com. And Real Canadian Wrestling 22 takes place tomorrow at the Cheers Live Event Center, with doors open at 6:30 and the bell at 7. Tickets are $20 in advance and $25 at the door. Live in Lloydminster is brought to you by the Vic Juba Community Theatre and May Cinema 6. BioClean Disaster Services is committed, certified, reliable, and will help you get your life back. They are there for your family through any kind of disaster to take care of your belongings and your property, but more than that, to be there for you and your family. BioClean Disaster Services is not only Lloydminster's local restoration company, they're also Lloydminster's largest restoration company, and they're proud to be the presenting sponsors of Street Fest next Saturday. 1-833-246-8326 is their phone number. We'll be right back with Quick Dick McDick.
At CK McKean Roofing, they understand what it took to put that roof over your head for your family. With over 20 years of experience under their belt, they strive to show you that with their workmanship and their integrity. Not all roofing companies are created equal. And that's why CK McKean Roofing encourages you to focus on your most important investments, your home and your family. CK McKean Roofing. Roofers do it on top.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with a Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
Well, welcome back. I want to thank Sierrah for setting up our interview with Quick Dick McDick. Just before we get to that, I want to let you know about Bradley Air. Spend less time chasing wind speeds and more time doing what matters. Bradley Air Spray takes care of your mid-season applications with speed, precision, and zero crop damage. That's no ruts, no delays, just fast, effective coverage that protects your yield and preserves your time. Plan to attend their grand opening on June 18th at the Lloydminster Airport, where you could win 160 acres of spraying. spraying. Call or text 780-205-7767. That's 780-205-PROP. Bradley Air Spray, because your time is worth more. And I'll just add a little caveat on there, and you'll appreciate this, quick Dick. Garth wants me to make sure everybody knows that the chemical is not included. It's just the spraying, okay? So you win just the
cheap bastard.
Exactly. So a huge announcement. Sierra, why don't you do the honors here?
Yeah, so we at the Vic Juba are so excited to announce that Quick Dick McDick is coming November 15th. So, yay!
Yes.
So tickets go on sale right away, Sierra?
Yeah, they'll be going on sale right away. Pay attention to our website, vicjubatheatre.ca, and our social medias as well. We'll have an announcement there. But yeah, right here on Live with Kurt Price and the e-newsletter, that's who's got the inside scoop. So yeah.
Right on. So Quick Dick, this is an area you know very well.
I am very familiar with the Lloyd area there. As many people might know, I got the Dusty Wrench. My brother there, he's kicking around that neck of the woods. I know a lot of people there. It's going to be fun. You know, the last time I was at the Vic, like I still think back to that show. It was definitely top 5 shows that I've ever had. And just Lloyd there's just something different in the water in Lloyd. Like, people are wired like hot, and we have fun, and it's a good time. And the best thing about the Vic is, like, you go there and it's like, there's not a bad seat in the house. The acoustics are incredible, and you can drink your face off, which is like, I like that part of it, you know? And we just have a good time. And yeah, I know lots of people in Lloyd. I used to work in oil and gas. Obviously I'm back involved in agriculture pretty heavy. And that's kind of the pulse of Lloyd. And I think that's why we all just seem to get along and be able to laugh at the same stuff, you know? So I'm super pumped. This is going to be a fun show. I love coming to the Vic.
So I've seen you and I laugh so hard every time. And one of the things I love to hear you talk about, of course, is Justin Trudeau. But now that he's no longer there, have you had to change your show up? Like what?
I'm going to be honest, man. I don't think I ever do the same show twice. I've got a general format that I follow, and there'll be people I'll ask lots of times. I'll go do a show somewhere, and I'll be like, who's seen a show before? And I don't want people to see the same thing twice, but there'll be places where I do the same show, and they'll be like, oh, we saw you, in North Battleford. I was like, oh, sorry, I just did the same show as I did in North Battleford. And they're like, no, you didn't. Like, I didn't recognize anything in your show. And I was like, oh. So yeah, I just got some general guidelines that I kind of follow, and some things that I want to talk about. And sometimes the crowd decides what we do. It's just, I don't know. You give me a mic and a couple of beer and a guitar, you never know what's going to happen, right?
Well, I mean, the circus is still the same, right? It's just what do they say? The carny's different.
Yeah, that's right. It was just hilarious, man. Like, I could not help it that they had Mike Myers come out and be like, oh yeah, this is the guy for the job, when he's literally the character of Austin Powers, being like, there's only 2 things in the world that scare him, and one is carnies, and there he is next to one. And I was just like, how is this stuff writes itself? But yeah, there'll be no shortage of me trashing the government a little bit. I don't get too carried away with that. There's a lot of other things we can laugh at in our lives, and sometimes we all get a little bit sick about hearing about politics, but there's a never-ending supply of fodder for you to use if you want to talk about politics. But society in general itself, I always make fun of how things are now versus how they used to be, kind of thing, and how it was a little bit better of a time when I was growing up. I'm a huge fan of the 90s, and I'm a skilled veteran of the 90s because I came up in them. I think it was probably the best time in the world to grow up, and we talked about some things that happened then, and it's great. I've incorporated the 6 string a lot more into the show here now. Had some good reviews, some things you would never think a guy would write songs about, I now have songs about. And yeah, we go all the way from selling steers to shitting your pants. Can I say shit on this? It's too
Absolutely.
late to beep it out. And yeah, there's all kinds of things you can make jokes about, and we weave through all of them. It's a good time.
Yeah, we're not regulated yet. I'll add that yet, because you just
yeah.
you never know with what could happen.
Yeah, give it time. Guy Beau's back in the chair again, so it won't be long before he's after us again. So
well, the other thing you like to talk about is the people around you. Like, were you just blessed with fantastic people around you, or you think if everybody takes a look around them, they'll see there's so many characters out there?
But like, there really is. I don't know. if anyone's been to my talk, I did a talk at Ludag X a little while ago, and it was like kind of where this character came from, and it was just I was in a bad place in my life, and mentally I wasn't in the greatest of shape, and I've never been happier here now that I'm back home and doing my thing and back to my roots in ag, and I just look at the world through a different lens, whereas I always used to maybe see the negative in things, and now when I look at a situation, I look at it and I'm like. Actually, I think I'm living in a bit that I'm about to add to my comedy show right now. Just because, but it's just everyday life stuff. And yeah, I've got some incredible people around me. But the most important people that you could be around are the people that make it okay for you to laugh at them or laugh with them. I don't mind laughing at everybody because the most famous person that I like to laugh at, the most common person that I like to laugh at all the time is myself. I think I make fun of myself more than anything else. And as long as you're comfortable in your own skin and willing to laugh at yourself, it's okay to laugh at other people too, as long as they know it's in good humor, right? Some people get pissed that I laugh at them, but that's okay. It's okay if they want to make fun of me too. It's got to be able to go both ways.
You relate to so many people. As you mentioned, you worked in oil and gas, you work in farming. That's what this area is about. Is there a place where you've gone that's been out of your comfort zone? A place that you've traveled to that's kind of, I don't know about these people. They might not like my politics so much or my humor.
I think it was last summer, I went and did some shows out in Ontario, and it was fine, but I knew what I was getting into. And I know people from Ontario, and everybody thinks they're different than we are, but they're not. But I think one of the funnest things about this show is I've gone a lot of places. I've been all across Western Canada. I've done some stuff in Ontario. People watch me from all over the place, and we might have the media and a lot of people try to tell us that we're all different and we all hate each other, but we're not, and we don't. We are so similar all across this country and down into the U.S. From my perspective, this world is full of some amazing people. And you just gotta go meet them and say hi and start talking to them, and don't focus on things that you disagree with. Focus on some of the things that you have in common. And I think that's when I start talking about how I grew up. I think there's a lot of people that grew up like I did that kind of forgot their roots. And when you start bringing that out in them, all of a sudden you get people laughing. Well, before you know it, it doesn't matter if you don't agree politically with each other. If you're talking about going to the poster stand in the back of the San Francisco store and finding the Pamela Anderson poster as Labatt Blue Zone girl, I mean, who didn't do that? It's pretty easy to make some common ground with people. And once people start laughing, the world's your oyster. You can do anything.
So looking back, I saw that show at the Lloyd X, and you talk about the dark place that you came from. Can you believe, now you're so comfortable on stage?
Never. No. But I guess I've never really been afraid of being in front of a crowd. I'm not shy by any stretch of the imagination. You can ask anybody that question, and I'm not. But I don't know. I've always been okay in front of a crowd. But I think I attribute that a lot to my mom and dad for just bringing me up to just not worry about what other people think, kind of thing. And I mean, no one's ever going to be able to give me more shit than my dad. So I'm really not afraid of it. As long as it's not dad in the crowd, I'm really not worried about it, And as long as mom's not in the crowd too, because she can give shit pretty good too. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I'm just comfortable, and now doing the show. Hopefully, I'm not jinxing myself here, but even doing the show, I'm just more relaxed, more comfortable in front of people. Just the more you get to know people, and just the less you have to be afraid of. And it gets to the point where I don't even feel like I'm in front of a crowd half the time. I just feel like I'm sitting around drinking beer, having fun with a shop full of people. I guess that's maybe why I put brighter lights on my face, is because I can't see the crowd that way, right? People told me, they're just imagine people in their underwear, and then you won't have to worry about anything. Well, that was a terrible thing to do, because it's just try standing in front of a crowd of people with an erection. You know what I mean? That makes it awkward.
So you would say that farming is more
stressful. I want to say erection on this. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because we're not regulated yet. But so you'd say farming is more stressful than being on stage in front of people?
Oh, hands down. Hands down. I'm not stressed out at all when I'm on stage. Not one bit. Not one bit. Yeah, I'm just not. It's just weird. But I mean, I don't think anybody has very high expectations for a guy named Quick Dick when he gets on stage. So I mean, I don't really think I have that much to live up to. But no, I'd say there's definitely more stress in farming and ranching. But I mean, with the stress that comes with it, there's a part of it that that calms you and like makes you happy to be where you are, as long as the cattle are inside of the fence and the crops aren't completely burning. It's just a good mix. I'm really lucky to have both these little avenues in my life. I got this character, and then I've got me, who I am the character when I'm on the farm, but like when I get on stage, I just kind of turn the barbecue sauce to extra spicy sometimes. You know what I mean?
How much do you love what you're doing right now? How much do you love farming and then being able to travel and meet so many different people?
Kurt, I am in the happiest place in my life. I was having this conversation with somebody here a little while ago. I'm just in my best place, and you got to enjoy it, because you're not always going to be able to be in your best place. But I'm very, very fortunate to be able to do what I do, to be able to farm, to have Mark. Shout out to Mark, who's the guy that basically makes it possible for me to farm and have cattle and do this stuff on the side. And to be able to go and share laughter with people, and to be able to do a lot of these fundraisers that we do for different organizations. I'm really lucky to be where I'm at. And I my cup's definitely full. And I just hope that when people come and see these shows, if they've got something bad going on in their life or something's not right with them, I hope for an hour and a half that you can just forget about everything that's causing you stress in your life and just sit down and laugh. And that's the whole point of the show. If people don't get that out of the show, I don't know what the hell we're doing it for. And I've been lucky enough to have a lot of people after shows come up and talk to me and be like, that's just what I needed, or 2 or 3 days later, someone will tag me in a post on social media or something and be like, that show just brought me back. Or someone will private message me and be like, my husband was in a terrible mood, and then he came to your show and he's just been a different person ever since. If we get any tiny little bit of that, I call that mission accomplished, man.
Well, the feedback that we've gotten from your last show at the Vic Juba was incredible. So we're so excited to have you back. Like, everyone just absolutely loved you.
Well, I just appreciate that so much, and I'm glad people get a kick out of it. It would really suck if I was trying to do this and people hated it or didn't laugh at it, right? So that'd be awkward. But I'm sure the day's coming. But
well, this weekend is 4-H Expo here. Were you a 4-H kid?
Okay, believe it or not, I wasn't.
Okay.
But I mean, I grew up in a community pasture. Like, I mean, every day was 4-H basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. And I can hear the farmers asking me, ask them what happened during seeding. Did anything go wrong? There's always something that goes wrong. Ask them how seeding went this year.
It was good. So like, everybody likes a good breakdown story, but this one it's not even that extravagant. Like, it just was putting the drill back into field mode. I had to fold up and transport just to go through a gate, because we're cattle people. So you got to fold up every 10 minutes when you farm cattle and grain at the same time. And just putting it back in a transport, and the bolt broke on the back transport wheels and smashed the ram sideways and broke the end off of the ram. But like, it's a Borgo, and Borgo's right here in Saskatchewan, so it's not like you can't get parts for it. So you just went for a drive and got parts and put it back together, and I was down for like 2.5 hours. I don't know how breakdowns get any better than that. And it didn't even cost, like, it was $1,200. Like, typically when you break down, it should at least cost you $5,000 in today's world. You know what I mean? But I mean, this it didn't even make a good story. Everybody, how much did that cost? I was like, like $1,200. Everyone's like, like, what are you even talking about? So that's why I didn't even make an episode about it. I was like, well, how do you complain about this, right?
Tell us about laugh for. Tell us about laugh for a good cause, you bastards.
Oh man,
can I say that? Can I say that? Can I? Oh yeah,
sure you can. I don't think I have a copyrighted. You're not regulated, so. Oh man, like we filmed the show in Estevan. It's I think a lot of that material would have been some stuff that I was using when I was at the Vic last time too. I can't really remember exactly what I did for material at the Vic, but some of it was definitely there. And it's just old material that I kind of don't really use anymore. But there's been a lot of people that don't get a chance to come to my shows, or they live in the States or Australia and stuff. So got Brian Zinchuk from Pipeline Online to come in, and Steve Langston, Dirty T-Shirt Productions. I've done a pile of work with him with a bunch of different egg shows. And we figured, what the hell? I just came in and filmed it, and we did an hour comedy special, put it on the internet. I put it on a $5 paywall. And if anybody's got $5 and they want to watch it, it's right on my website, quickdickmcdick.ca. You click it, get an idea for what a show is going to be like. There'll be zero material from that will be at the show that I'm doing at the Vic. The Vic's going to be a brand new lockered show that I got ready to roll. And it was just fun. It was cool, but I don't know if I like going back and looking at my shows because we're our own worst critic. And then when I go through it, I've listened to lots of comedians be like, oh, I went and did a warm-up show here and a warm-up show here and a warm-up show there so that I could do this comedy special. And I'm like, who warms up? Like, I just grab a 6-pack of beer and hit the stage. And I realized that I had to stumble through some of my old material. I didn't know it as well as I thought I did, right? But it was fine. And you know what? All the dough from it's going to Ronald McDonald Charities in Saskatchewan here. So, yeah, it's a good cause. And for $5 you can sit at home and watch that instead of Netflix. So,
well, I appreciate you mentioning Brian Zinchuk because he's another one of our advertisers. So all I had to do to get my advertising on today was talk to Quick Dick. So
sweet plug. Hey, he's the heartbeat on energy. That guy is a well of knowledge. And if I ever got questions, I always tap into Brian. He's a very kind-hearted individual too. Yeah. So if you ever get a chance to check out some of his writing, pipelineonline.ca. He's a good dude.
And I know the people he calls to ask the questions. So no, I'm just
right?
kidding. I'm kidding, Brian. I'm kidding. But we can't wait to see you in November. Thanks for taking some time to talk to us today. We really appreciate it. Sierra, unless you have anything else, we'll let Quick Dick get back to work.
Yeah, no, this was fantastic. Thank you so much. We're so excited to see you in November. Can't wait. It's going to be great.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped to be back at the Vic. And yeah, really looking forward to it, you guys. So thanks for having me, and we'll catch you next time, okay?
You bet. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more of what's coming up to the Vic.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At Jason Arden & Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden & Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
I'm Brian Zinchuk of pipelineonline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
It's more than just taxes at LNA CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at LNA CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. LNA CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
Welcome back. Wellings of Lloydminster is a brand new community within a community, and they are excited to help you live life to the fullest. At Wellings, their mission is to enable connection, build community, and enrich the lives of their 55-plus members. Discover a new way of living and retirement and experience more freedom. At Wellings Lloydminster, independence speaks for itself, and the social opportunities outside your door are endless. You can visit Wellings of Lloydminster at 3211 72nd Avenue on the Alberta side. Gorgeous 1- and 2-bedroom villas are available now, and 2-bedroom villas include a garage. For more information, visit wellingsoflloydminster.com. Very excited once again to have Sierrah Bennett hosting the show today. And Sierrah, I know that you've been talking about this next performance for a long time.
Yes, so we have Jeric Medina and Jinky Vidal joining us today. So welcome you guys to the show.
Good morning.
Hi,
Good morning. Kurt. Good morning, Sierra.
Morning, Sierra. Morning.
We're so excited to have you guys. For those that don't know, Jinky and Jeric are performing their Soulful Night at the Vic Juba on June 14th. So do you guys want to tell me a little bit about your show and what people should expect? Like, what does it mean to be performing a Soulful Night?
Ooh.
Well, we're for sure like really I'm full on pop R&B. Jinky is, like a soulful balladress.
Wow.
Is that what you call the female version?
I
Balladress,
don't
right?
have any idea.
Me neither.
I hope that's right.
Crooner.
So the Soulful Night will just be about a mixture of like our favorite songs to cover plus like our original songs. Like song covers that people like love hearing Jinky do. Like she has a bunch of like really, I guess you would call it like famous renditions of certain songs, as well as hopefully we get to do a couple of new songs for the audience.
Duets too. Yeah.
Yes, that's so exciting. And you have a new single coming out soon.
It's out.
It's out. Like
perfect.
So this is actually our second collaboration, like original song wise.
First recording in Canada.
Like first full on recording production in Canada. It's called Nevermind. So it's out like it's a breakup song, which was kind of weird for us to sing, but all for the art. It's what came out songwriting wise. So it's out on all digital music stores if you guys will. So hope you guys it's like a chill, feel good in a sense, like it sounds like it's fun, but it's actually like a breakup song. So but it's not like it's not like all emo sounding, like it's not full on emo, but
well, with summer just around the corner, a nice chill vibe like that is the vibe to have, right?
Exactly. But it's a breakup song, so hopefully for the listeners, hopefully it's not something you'd currently relate to, but hopefully you can just like vibe with it, you know?
That's
So
amazing.
a soulful night. Yeah, and I've been listening to some of your music, so one of the songs that I can't get out of my head now is Nothing's Gonna Change My Love for You. That's so thank you for that, Worm. But
you mentioned that, so we should include that in our set list.
Maybe because like I don't know if you guys know, but like that song, I don't know if it was just in the Philippines too, but that song became
it went viral.
Viral again. It's a classic song. It's an old one. It became viral again, so everybody started like singing it again, and we were like, hey, let's make it a duet, and we did that. Like this was maybe our first year like moving, like first year in Toronto, so that was one of the, I guess that was maybe the only video upload we did for that year because everything was just like mad busy, so
you watch that.
Thanks,
so one thing I've learned about Filipinos though, and I know it's called a soulful night, but I know you guys must have some party songs because all of the Filipinos I know, they love to party. Like when they party and they party in big groups, right? So you must have some fun party songs.
Oh, definitely.
Of course. Mid-tempo to fast,
Like I don't dance myself, like dance, but I know how to groove at least, and I'll try to get everybody grooving.
Why don't you?
Dance.
Try dancing.
You can't have it all.
Try it for the first time in Canada. Why not?
It's a sight to behold. Don't get your hopes up though, but
Yeah.
good music for sure. Good music for sure.
But we're all excited. We're both excited to perform in Lloydminster. It's our first time.
First time there.
Yeah.
First time there. First time performing there. So it'd be lovely meeting all new people.
Yes.
We're so excited to have you. And I've also heard quite the stories that you guys have with your music careers and like the past and where you are now. Jinky, I know that you were a part of a band called Freestyle.
Yes, yes.
Jeric, I know that you were on the X Factor. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your stories and how you've come this far?
Me first.
This far from the Philippines, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like this is a long ways from the Philippines.
It's a long ways.
Yeah, that's my actually my band way back 1998 up until maybe I went solo 2011, and then from those years I've been really busy with the band, and things change, you cannot avoid it. So I went solo 2011, and then I met Jeric 2015 from from a songwriting competition.
Yeah.
So that's where it all started.
Same
But
management.
him, he has also his X Factor experience.
Yeah, so like I was a fresh university graduate, right? And I went to one of the universities back home, and I took up a marketing program, and after that it was like, do I work an office job, which is maybe not like my choice, or like a bunch of friends of mine were saying, hey, you know what, X Factor Philippines is happening, why don't you try out? And I'm like, I'm not much of a competition guy, but like if it's any chance I could avoid like having to work in an office because like it's really not me, then I'll try it out, So I did, and thankfully I finished fourth runner up, so which was, obviously I wanted to win the whole thing, but like I didn't join to lose, or wanted to win the whole thing, but like it was all like tax votes and everything, and it was
a different kind of
yeah, it was a lovely experience for sure. It was kind of like, getting my foot through the door. Suddenly like this like university graduate was a professional singer now, and I'm like, it was good enough for me to like, jumpstart the career, and I immediately got signed to the management, the label, and
yes.
And then when I moved labels and managements, that's when I moved to the one, not for this reason, not for her because I didn't know her then, but I just happened, life took me to a different management, and
we had the same management.
We had the same management, like she was also there. We had the same manager, and then we met in 2015. So
I'm curious, Jeric, were you a fan of Jinky?
He didn't know me.
I didn't know her, to be honest.
You didn't know her music either?
A lot of I
did.
knew it's one of those like, oh, she did that song, like like her songs were popular, right? So oh, she did that song, but it wasn't like like, oh my god, like I gotta meet her, it wasn't that. And like a lot of people were like, you don't know her? And I'm like, am I supposed to? And then after that, well, I guess it was also nice because like imagine if like I came up to her and I was like, hey Jinky, I'm such a fan. Maybe we should grab a coffee sometime.
Yeah, that was really something like a change, like a big change. Everybody like would approach me and I'm a fan, and you are not.
Well, I guess maybe that made a good impression.
Yeah.
Like she didn't know me. Well, she had less reason to know me. Like I'm just the X Factor guy, but no, but like she had like a full on career.
Yeah.
And like she started way before I did, like maybe 14 years before I did. So it was I guess like I wouldn't want to call it fate, but what else could it be?
That's amazing. And so now, like from your career in the Philippines, now you both live in Toronto.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Toronto and what made you decide to move there. I just came back from Toronto last week, and it's a beautiful city, so full of arts and culture.
Was it your first time?
No, I've been there before, but it was my first time taking my partner there.
I see.
Yes, yes.
I mean,
Moving to Canada is your
Well,
family.
she said like this, everything like happened 2015, right? And then love happened, and like
Gave birth.
out came a daughter, and and then like 5 years later, so she was she gave birth in 2016. So 2020 when COVID hit, right? Like our daughter was maybe 4
or 5.
Yeah, 4 going 5, right? And like lockdowns and everything happened around the world, right? So it just led us to, I have an older brother, and they thought of moving to Toronto, right? And they were like, hey, we're moving. How about you guys? Like, you want to try it out? And I'm like, what? What about our careers and everything? But then, it was like a very, I guess, hard. Like, I mean, it's hard for everybody. But like we didn't have like a lot of shows going on, right? Because of the lockdowns, the entertainment industry was pretty much like, like at least the live performances were dead indefinitely. We had no idea when it was gonna come back. So we were like, yeah, I mean, like we used to do like online shows and stuff like that over the pandemic. And my brother was like, well, you could do that from Toronto. And I'm like, well, yeah, we could do that from there. And then shortly before we left, this was maybe like late 2022. This was like, the last quarter of 2022, things started coming back.
Yeah.
But then we were already like dead set, we have sold like certain things. We were like ready, like
to move.
We were ready to move. So we were like, should we back out? Like, but like we were far gone, like the process of moving. So we were like, might as well push through, right? So I had to study again. Like I took up a music program, which I am about to graduate from June 11th, actually. June 11th is like my convocation. And like 3 days later, we fly to Lloydminster for the show.
Yeah.
So
You know
it's
what?
gonna
That's crazy. My convocation is June 10th.
June 10th? Really? Oh, congrats to us then.
Yeah.
Congrats to us. So yeah, like I graduate, you graduate, and then a couple of days later, like we do the show. So it's gonna be a pretty packed June for us for sure.
And Jeric's graduating with high honor.
Oh, congratulations!
Come on, like, you didn't have to, but yeah. I mean, like it was kind of like my redemption arc. I wasn't like the best student the first time around, so like now, like I got the chance to like study music. I'm like, I gotta ace this thing, So
you took it so seriously.
Shout out to Centennial College and my program, my classmates and all professors. So yeah, I mean, basically, we moved here for our daughter.
Made a lot of friends too. Jeric made a lot of friends. He loves it here.
I love it here so far. I mean, I might love it in Lloydminster even more. So
You might. I love to find out how you got started in music. Like, was there a family member? Was there an influence on the outside that made you guys go like I'm serious about this. I'm serious about this industry now.
Yeah. Well, my parents really, they sing, both of them. So that maybe that's all. That's how it started. And then my older sister, I have an older sister. She's in Calgary now. She lives there. So she started pretty much the singing, and then I was just like copying her. And then I was actually about 5 years old. First time I sang in a big crowd, like in school. And then pretty much that's where it started. And then I just keep joining school events. And my classmates, my teachers would always encourage me. And pretty much in school, it started in school. Yeah.
You got the bug and it never went away.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much
like for me it was fairly late. Like I didn't really have maybe I had a cousin who maybe was like a supporting role in a movie or something. So like he was in like show business. But like, I didn't have like a solid connection, like no Nepo going on, kind of like, hey, yeah, like, I'm here, so like it's easy for you to come in. Like I didn't have anything like that. And that's why I had to do X Factor, to kind of like introduce me to, I guess, a big a big viewership, like almost right off the bat, right? But as for me though, like I was raised in English back home. So like it was a bit of like there was a bit of a disconnect, like maybe with like kids growing up, because like I didn't know how to speak Tagalog early on, and then when I became fluent in it, like it's still, I still, like, everybody would know, like you would hear I have a bit of an accent and everything, and like that really didn't matter. But like the point is, I grew up like listening to like a lot of pretty much like everything Western. That's why I didn't know her band, because like I knew the band when I was like maybe in my teens, but I grew up listening to like Backstreet Boys and Boys to Men and Brian McKnight and all those guys. So like even songwriting wise, like my influences, and that's why I felt like maybe my music is, my music, like original music at least, would have like better chances here, because like it's a Western sound, I would say. It's a Western sound, like when I write songs and stuff. So but that's pretty much how I started, like X Factor. Before that, like I didn't really think I didn't really think maybe pursuing a professional career was an option. It was like I didn't know I was good enough for that, or like I guess the first time I got to hear my voice on a recording was maybe when I was 16. That was the first time I heard my voice on a recording, like a mic recording. I had the chance to like record a song at a studio, and I'm like, wait a minute, like I don't sound half bad, like I maybe I could sing.
Yeah. Do it some more.
Yeah. And then when I got to university, I joined like the college, like the university orchestra, and that's pretty much like, so I got accepted as a vocalist. So basically we had the orchestra members, and there were there was us, like the vocal section, and imagine like singing behind, like, and having an orchestra behind you. It was like one of the magical experiences I've got to do. It's a magical moment, like singing with the whole full orchestra behind you.
With the costume.
Yeah, I like there were certain songs, like I remember, I don't know if you know the movie Enchanted.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like there was a song by John McLaughlin, or is it McLaughlin? McLaughlin, right? Called So Close.
Yeah.
And
I love that.
basically like all the male singers, Enchanted just like, came out, and then the song So Close was pretty popular, and the orchestra was gonna do it. So all the male vocalists wanted that song. So we had to like audition for it.
Really?
And then we had to audition for it. And thankfully the conductor, our late conductor, he chose me to sing this song. And that was like my first ever like public performance. And then that pretty much jump started everything too. Like after that, like we did show after show after show, but I was just singing to like, students, like school performances and stuff like that. And then onwards to X Factor. So it was a pretty big jump.
We didn't find out whether Jinky voted for you on X Factor.
Well, I'd want to find out.
I didn't know him too.
Oh, you didn't vote then?
I was able to vote because I didn't, you were way too young.
To be voted?
Yeah.
I was young to be voted?
No, too young for me. Yeah, maybe.
Not
But
too young.
I was like, I saw the show, snippets of the show. Actually, to be honest, I saw it, but the later part where they chose the top 5, I wasn't able to like see that because I was really working nightly gigs, so I was busy too. I was singing like 5 times, sometimes 6 nights a week. during the time I met him, I was like,
Yeah.
so into nightly.
She was a
gigs.
workhorse. I mean,
Yeah.
like, how do you have the vocal stamina for that? Like, that's crazy. Imagine like
We have
3 sets.
we have a different orientation.
3 sets every night.
Yeah, I was into that.
And then after X Factor, like the shows we did after, like I was just asked to do like 3 songs, you know? And like she was doing like 3 sets. And I'm like, man, your stamina, like the vocal stamina is crazy. Cause like after doing 2 sets for me at the time, like I would lose my voice. I need like maybe a week to rest, you know, to rest the vocal cords. But like she was
Maybe that's the thing you get from working with a band. So
Yeah.
you really don't have a choice. You really have to, work.
Yeah.
It's always a group effort. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you know about Lloydminster, coming to Lloydminster?
Oh,
well,
Other than it's cold.
Oh, it's cold.
Cold?
Well, hopefully it won't be when you're here, but
Maybe
I would
not.
say 10 months out of the year it's cold, wouldn't you, Sierra?
Yeah,
Really?
it gets pretty chilly here.
Okay.
Really? Like colder than Toronto, maybe.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
different
Oh,
atmosphere.
yeah?
Yeah, completely different.
Oh,
Yeah.
When,
Wow.
when I was in Toronto, I had like a dress on. Everyone else was wearing like a hoodie and jeans, and I was like, "Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, the weather's so beautiful here."
And still for everybody here, it was cold, right?
hmm
Yes.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
so that just what do we bring like in terms of clothing?
Ah,
Should we bring a jacket or?
no, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be
It's gonna
like
be
it's supposed
nice.
to be 31 degrees here this week.
Oh, then.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
So
by
that-
the
it'll
time
be
by the
fine.
time I get there.
Yeah,
So
by the
it-
time you get here, it should be hopefully
see.
a lot warmer. I just like to joke about it being so cold because it is most of the time. But Lloydminster has an incredible Filipino population. I know we'll be excited to see you. Do you ever go back to have you been back to the Philippines to perform?
She has like 4 times.
Last year, I was there like twice.
Twice?
Last
Just
year.
twice?
Twice.
No longer than that.
Twice, yeah.
In
but-
fact, like she moved to Toronto, but like for the most part of last year she was there. You know, so it was crazy. I couldn't go with her because I was still finishing my program. I was in the middle of semesters, right? So yeah, and like she was doing her thing and I was studying.
So yeah, I still get show inquiries in the Philippines from
You do a lot, eh? Yeah.
Wish. I don't know if you know Wish.
The Wish bus.
The Wish bus.
It's a pretty popular. It's an actual bus where like it would like drive around the Philippine traffic, and for the most part it stopped, right? And then they would have like artists hop on the bus and do their songs sometimes like in motion, right? So like the people outside, if it's stuck in traffic, the people outside would just be, and it has like speakers blasting out of the bus. So, like people outside could hear what's going on inside, and you can look it up. There's actually like a Wish USA bus now.
Wish bus.
They have since
They have Wish Awards.
franchised, I guess, in the US. But like search Wish 107 on YouTube, and like you're gonna see like a bunch of like they have over 10 million subs now. So good for them. Like yeah, and we haven't gotten the chance to like hop on the bus because we're here and there isn't Wish Canada just yet. But
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe there should be. Yeah,
Maybe
it
there
sounds
should
like
be,
a
right?
lot of fun.
a lot of
Yeah.
I know like the local, a lot of musical talent here as well. So that'll be nice for them to kind of, spread and bring awareness for. So yeah.
So you kind of mentioned the new single, but maybe just give us like your social media and where people can find Jinky and Jeric.
On my Facebook is Jinky Vidal Official, and actually Derek made that for me. And then I have an Instagram account, Jinky Vidal, just one word. Yeah, and on TikTok too.
Yeah, she's a TikToker for sure. For me, it's just Jeric, like Eric with a J. A lot of people find, a lot of people would assume it's Jerry, because it's the more common name. So I'd always have to say, it's like the name Eric, just with a J in front, so it's Jeric.
Jeric.
So yeah, Jeric Medina, at Jeric Medina on except one. On Facebook, like I have a Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Jeric Medina official. But for everything else, it's at Jeric Medina. So TikTok too, which I hopefully plan to like be more active on, because it's a crazy social media platform.
It's a different,
like it's the reason for a lot of songs blowing up. If your song goes viral on TikTok, that's it.
Yeah.
It's every.
Well, you'll have more time now that you graduated.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll have more time now.
You have to dance.
Like, I don't know how she does it. Like, I think she's the millennial, not me. I'm struggling to like keep up with the pressure of, hey, you need to post like at least.
I do TikToks with our daughter. We would dance. Whatever's viral, we would do it. Just post it.
Well, I have to tell you, like when I first watched your video, I didn't know Jinky's last name, so it was like Jinky Vidal, and I was like, oh, and I thought you were saying I'm Jinky the doll, and I was like, oh, she is kind of a doll. She is a doll. I can see why she's a singer. She's cute and everything, right, Jeric? Like, no, she's the doll. And I'm like, oh, it's Vidal. Oh, I'm glad I knew that before I did. Yeah.
In fact, like she thought of like a business. Like what do you call
dolls? Dolls right now in the Philippines are big, like the Boo Boo dolls.
They would hang it in their bag.
Yeah,
right?
the bag charms dolls. So I was really thinking of making a business, and I'll call it Jinky Vidal.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Jinky V, DOLLS, Jinky V Dolls.
Yes.
So.
Funny you mentioned that. I was actually thinking of doing a business.
So June 14th, Sierra, what are we forgetting? Are we forgetting anything?
Just where to get tickets. So if anyone's interested in tickets, you can always go to our website, vicjubatheater.ca, or you can visit our box office Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We'd be happy to help you. And yeah, we're so excited to have you guys. It's going to be an amazing show. I've listened to a bunch of your music while doing the marketing for this show, and it's all been fantastic. Like, I've been jamming out to it in my little office, and like it's been really, really cool meeting you.
Never mind the latest single.
Have you gotten the chance to hear Lifetime yet?
I think I have, yes.
Lifetime. That was our first.
We wrote that pandemic time.
Pandemic, yeah.
Yeah.
Like first couple months of that pandemic, we were stuck at home, like everybody else around the world.
Depressed.
So I thought of a melody and we finished it and we put it out. So it's called Lifetime. That's a more, like a more feel good song, but never mind is the second one. We have a third one, and all of those are going to be a part of like my first ever album that I'm planning to put out in November this year. So I'm like, she's had like a bunch of albums. Unfortunately for me, like I grew up in the 90s, so it was always a dream of mine to, hold a physical, hey, this is my album, but then when I became a professional singer, like people didn't do that much anymore. People like my management used to say like, oh, we live in the singles era. It has to just be single. But I'm like, there's magic in like coming up with an album,
Yeah, cool.
And like finally, since I'm here, I'm kind of, doing it myself with a couple of friends I have here, and it's gonna be roughly like a 12-track album. If not more.
Made in Canada.
So yeah, I mean, I guess majority of them made in Canada. Yeah, majority of them made in Canada. Like we have to like re-record a bunch of like other songs. But like my plan is starting with Nevermind, which we put out like earlier this month, May 7th to be exact. I'm planning to put out one single per month until November. And I release everything else.
Birthday month.
Yeah, like I turn. Yeah, I don't care about age. Like I was like, should I say?
Don't mention my age.
Like, I'm turning 35, and in November.
Yeah.
So, like I'm like, hey, I turned 35. First album, never too late, kind of thing. All originals, no covers for this one, at least in the album. All originals. So thank you. All songs written by me, co-written with Jinky and other stuff. So like the album will feature like 3 duets with Jinky.
Yeah.
A couple of maybe like 3 other duets with 3 other collaborations with 3 songs, 3 different artists, and then the rest are all like solo songs. So like actually like the next one I'm putting out is on June 11th. So like just 3 days before the show. So maybe I could like a snippet of that. Although it's a collaboration with another artist based in Toronto. Jada like is her name, and yeah, she won't be there, but like maybe I can just like sing a snippet since it just like got out. It would be out on June 14th. So yeah. And then one in July, one in August, one in September, October, and then boom. Rest of the album November. It's a big, I guess, it's self-produced, but it's a big milestone for me because it's something I've always wanted, finally having like an album.
Yeah.
I'm with you because albums tell a story. Like they take you through. They take you through and tell a story that you don't get with just singles, and you kind of get to know the artist a little better through the albums. But come on, Lloydminster, get your tickets. I've already given them nicknames: the Doll and Funky Cold Medina.
Funky Cold. Yes, sir.
Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for giving us some of your time. June 14th. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Like, it's amazing to virtually meet you guys now, but I'm looking forward to meeting you guys in person. Shortly, it's not even a month from now. Like maybe in 2 weeks.
So close.
It's like what? 19 days before the show, right? Roughly?
Yep.
Yeah, it's not very long at all.
Not very long, right? Less than 19?
Yeah.
See, we don't want June to come because like once June is gone, summer's over.
So like Lloydminster peeps, like can't wait to meet you all. And like we have we always like give it our all when we perform, but now like you're getting both of us just very excited and anxious to perform. It's not something we get to do like
every
daily, nightly, like we used to.
It's different
so
here.
It's like whenever we step on stage, like we're gonna bring the energy for sure. And
like there's no tomorrow.
Like, imagine like something you used to do every night, and then now it's like because things change and like you move countries and everything, and it's not like the same. So it's like you get like this re-energized passion, I would say. I'm so pumped up. Like I'm good to go. Like I'm ready to go. I wish the show was tomorrow. Like I gotta let this energy out somewhere. So yeah.
Jinky and Jeric, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us today. And thank you to Kurt for trusting me to host your show. I really appreciate it. You can catch the next Live with Kurt Price on Tuesday, and Stacey Comer and Mayor Gerald Albers will be hosting the program, and they'll be discussing Street Fest and the Border Hog Chapter's supper at the Canadian Brewhouse in support of this September's toy run. Have a great day.